My name is Helen Hinong, and this video is for Suzu Pacific Buyout 230. The date is July 29th, 2018. And the experiment for today is to label the bones, and the long bones, the short bones, the flat bones, and the regular bones. So I have my lab report, which I did here, which goes over some of the different shapes of the bones. Starting with the head, we have the frontal, occipital, parietal, and temporal. We have the bones of the orbit, the frontal, sphenoids, zygomatic, maxilla, palatine, lacrimal, and ethmoid. And then we move up to the vertebra, which is the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. And then we move to the mandible, which is the lower part of the jaw, the sternum, and the costals. And then we move to the scapula, the bones of the arm, which is the humerus, the radius and the ulna, and the carpals, the hand. And then we move on to the fingers, the hands and the feet, the phalanges, and the oxcoccyx, the ischium, ilium, and pubis. And then we move on to the bones of the leg, which consist of the femur, patella, tibia, and fibula, and the tarsus, which is basically the ankle. And then these are the different structures and what I was referring to earlier, which is the different shapes of the bones, which consist of flat, which are the frontal, occipital, parietal, and temporal. They articulate to form sutures with other bones of the skull. And then we have the orbit, which are considered and labeled flat and sutural. They lie below the anterior cranial fossa, above the maxillary air sinus, lateral to the nasal cavity, and anterior to the middle cranial fossa. The vertebra, which is also an example of irregular. Majority of the bones are either long or flat. Maxilla is also considered irregular. The mandible is considered irregular. The sternum is flat. And then we have the costals, which are long and short. Scapula flat, and the humerus long. The radius and ulna are long, and the carpals are short. Phalanges also considered short. The oxcoxal is flat. The femur is long. The patella is a sesamoid. And the tibia and fibula also considered long bones. The tarsus are short. And this concludes the video. Thank you.